Hi, my name is Doc Shell, also known as Dr. Earache, Dr. Test Prep, and welcome to the Dr. Test Prep YouTube channel. If you do not have the free ASVAB AFQT book, please go to the growthmindsetcollaborative.org website and get it for free. If you feel like you need 700 more practice questions, there's details at the end of this to do a one-time $49 purchase, and half of all of your money goes to support nonprofit initiatives. It is super windy outside at this campground. I'm using a very good mic, but if you hear wind, I am sorry. All right, we're going to be looking at ratios in the real world. So first, starting off, we're going to be looking at ratios with real world situations, and I go over my mistakes that I make when I don't read the question. Ratios are the ones that it's very easy to get the incorrect answer if you don't pay attention to the question. So we're going to look at how do we write ratios, and then how can we simplify ratios for comparisons. So we are looking at first how to write our ratios, because once we know how to write ratios, then we can actually work on doing proportions. A ratio is a fancy way to say fraction, which technically isn't true because fraction's a quicker way to say ratio. A ratio is the comparison of two numbers. That's where the whole idea of rational numbers came about. If you remember probably from 7th grade, I also teach it in 9th grade. So we're looking at comparing numbers. So how do we write ratios? We do it by looking at the quantities in the problem, determining what the orders are, writing what the comparisons are, simplifying the ratio, and then checking the comparison. Now, this is very important. When I first did these problems, I got a couple wrong, and I got them wrong because I rushed. We do not rush ratios. Sometimes we are comparing, let's just say, boys and girls. So boys is one number, girls is the other number, and that's the comparison. Sometimes we're comparing boys with the total people in the class. So we have to add the boys and girls together in order to get the comparison. So these are tricky because we have to know, are we comparing the part to a part or part to a whole? Let's take a look at the first couple problems. A supply locker contains helmets and safety vests. We want to know, write the ratio of helmets to vests. So in this case, we are doing H:V because we're not doing helmets to all the safety equipment. We're doing helmets to vests. So in this case, we get 8:12. Now, I like writing them as fractions, even though this is comparison. It's not 8/12, it's comparing. But because that way it makes it so much easier that we can simplify this to 2/3. Or for every 2 helmets, there are 3 safety vests. All right, a class of 15 students who passed, a class has 15 students who passed, 5 students who did not pass, and it wants to know the ratio of who passed to the total number. So we know that we have 15 who passed, we have 5 who did not pass, and if we add them up, we know that we have 20 total. So the number to passed to total is 15:20. And we usually say 2 for ratios. We don't say 15/20. We don't say 15/20ths. We say 15:20. And then we can reduce both of these by dividing the top and bottom by 5. So my ratio is 3 passed to the 4 out of the total students. Okay. A team answered 24 questions correctly. Let's change up our color. And 16 incorrectly. So we've got 24 correct, 16 incorrect. What's the ratio of incorrect to the total number of questions? So we still need to add going down to get that number. 24 and 16 is 40. So the number of incorrect is 16. The number of total questions is 40. And then when we simplify, as you practice with your math games, we can divide both of those by 8. So 16 divided by 8. Actually, I'm going to show you, let's say you haven't been practicing your math facts. We can do this the longer way. Both of these are even. So we can divide the numerator and the denominator by 2. That gives me 8/20. These are even again, so we can divide the numerator and the denominator by 2. That gives us 4/10. These are even again, so we can divide the numerator and the denominator by 2 to get us 2/5. We also could have divided both of these by 8 to have gotten 2/5 faster. So if you've got spare time to play, math facts games, you'll save good 20 seconds a question. All right, a shipment includes 12 radios and 18 headsets. So let's make this green. That might be too light. So we've got 12 radios, we've got 18 headsets, and it wants radios to total devices. So we do have to add going down to get 30 total devices. So our radios is 12, our total devices is 30. So both of these are divisible by 6. So we've got 2, 5. So for every 2 radios, there's 5 total devices. Or out of every 5 total devices, there's 2 radios. All right, so now we're going to really look at comparing them. So we're writing our ratios the way that we're supposed to. We're simplifying them and then determining the relationships. So we've got a training group has 12 men and 16 women. So I'm going to call this group A. They have 12 men. They have 16 women. And let's just for kicks figure out our total, 28. Group B has 18 men and 24 women, and then add going down, and that means that they have 42 total. So do the groups have the same ratio of men to women? Well, here, my fraction for group A would be 12/16. My fraction for group B would be 18/24. Now, those denominators are not the same, so it's not a good, easy way to compare them. In theory, you could do division and get decimals, but a lot of times when we get these types of problems, there's a pretty butterfly flying. It's easier to reduce the fractions and see if it works out, and usually it'll work out that it's easier to compare. So both 12 and 16 can be divisible by 4. So 12 divided by 4 is 3. 16 divided by 4 is 4. Both 18 and 24 are divisible by 6. 18 divided by 6 is 3. 24 divided by 6 is 4. So those have the same ratio of men to women. So even though the training groups have different numbers, one training group only has 28, one training group has 42, the ratio of men to women in the group is the same. And this is very ASVAB-like. Crate contains 15 flashlights and 10 radios. 15 flashlights, 10 radios. Another crate has 9 flashlights and 6 radios. And do they have the same ratio? Well, 15 and 10 both can be divided by 5. So 15 divided by 5 gives me 3 flashlights for every 2 radios in a group A. And here, both of these are divisible by 3. 9 divided by 3 is 3 flashlights. So look at that with 2 radios. So yeah, they're the same. A mixture contains 8 cups of water and 12 cups of juice. They must be running out of money if they have that much water to the juice. Another one has 10 water and 15 juice. Are they the same ratios? Well, 8 and 12 are both divisible by 4. So this group, if we divide the numerator and denominator by 4, 8 divided by 4 is 2, 12 divided by 4 is 3, and both of these are divisible by 5. You will not have it work every single time, but so far, all of these have had the same ratios. All right, here we've got 14 batteries to 21 flashlights, which is going to stink because you need more batteries than flashlights, not more flashlights than batteries, but nonetheless. The other one has 6 batteries for 9 flashlights. Both of these are divisible by 7. So we've got 2/3, and both of these are divisible by 3. So we have 2/3 again. So in this case, all the ratios are the same, but it won't always be the case. And at least now you learned how to write ratios, how to reduce the fractions, and how to compare the answers. All right. Oh, that looks like it's the end of this. Let's see, what number was it? Oh, that was 2.4. Awesome. Catch you later. Bye, guys. All right, thank you so much for watching. I hope this video was helpful for you. The full course with another 700 questions and video answers is available at heydrtestprep.com for only $49 to get ready for the AFQT. Half of all proceeds support nonprofit initiatives with at least $10 of your purchase supporting troops and veterans. All right, bye guys. We got this.